What is up? Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And today on the podcast, I will be talking about calories in and calories out, the real problem with that, and with people promoting that on social media. So anyway, before I dive in, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. If this show has helped you in any way, if you could rate it, if you could share it with friends, family members, and other people struggling, or someone you know that could learn something from this show, I'd really appreciate it. It just helps me help more people. And that's really what the goal of this show is. So anyway, now let's dive in. What is the real problem with calories in, calories out? So the real problem with calories in and calories out is, while that is true, that to lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So you need to be burning less you need to be burning more calories than you're consuming in order to lose body fat. And that is super true. That is how it works. But what people don't talk about is how your hormones and stress, sleep, and other things can play a role in that. So, I recently completed my functional nutrition and metabolism specialization. And basically, everything that I talk about is true. You need to sleep, you need to manage your stress, you need to stay hydrated, you need to eat high quality, nutrient-dense foods most of the time, you need a high protein, high fiber diet, you need to strength train, and you need to stay active by walking. Because all of those things affect your metabolism. But what I also learned is how to help people who they are doing all the things, and they're still not getting the results. It's really common with people who have some type of gut health issue, with women in perimenopause and menopause, with men as they're aging. I will say men are a lot easier to help, but still, as you're aging, your hormones change. And how to even help people with autoimmune conditions, how to help them manage their symptoms. And I can also order functional testing, including Dutch tests, GI maps, blood panels, for clients. So it's kind of cool. I'm kind of jazzed. It just allows me to help more people and have a different offering. So it's not just one-on-one coaching. Obviously, that's the best way for me to help you. But if somebody just wants more insight onto what specifically is going on with them, and their doctor is looking at their labs and telling them everything's fine, but they're still exhibiting symptoms, then I can now help them. And I can now give them insight, either through dietary changes, lifestyle changes, supplementation. I have some connections with really good hormone replacement clinics and doctors as well that I can partner with to help clients. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So, not a lot of coaches out there understand the nuance and the things that can affect your metabolism. And so that's why it bothers me when people say it's just calories in, calories out. And it's like, yeah, but there are some women in menopause who are eating like 1,500 calories a day and their body's not responding. So what do you do now? Like, most people's resting metabolic rate, unless they're really small, is close to 1,300 to 1,500 calories. That means your body needs that much just to function, without including any sort of movement, like your digestive system, your brain, your all the things. Like your body needs bare minimum 1,300 to 1,500 calories to function. So when they're saying that, it's like, okay, like, yes, but why is their body not burning as many calories? Right? It's like, what's going on in their life? How is their sleep? How are their energy levels? Maybe their sleep quality has been really poor because they're in perimenopause or menopause and they don't have enough progesterone. And so they're not getting very good quality sleep. So they're more tired. So they're not moving as much. Right? And our metabolisms are super adaptable. And that's how they should work. So if you are consuming low calories, your body's metabolism will adapt. If you're eating low calories, your body's metabolism will adapt because your body doesn't want to change. Your body wants to stay the same. So your body will downregulate other processes. It might make you more tired, so you move less. So you'll have less non-exercise activity. I should have, before digging in, I should have kind of gone into the different nuances. So there's kind of 4 things that burn calories. If you look at your metabolism, there's like 4 parts that, burn calories. So the first part is that resting metabolic rate that I was talking about. Basically, what your body needs to burn calories, or the amount of calories your body needs without moving or doing anything else in order to function. Then you have exercise activity. That is not as much as people think. If you're training, maybe an hour a day, that's like minuscule compared to all the other things. It really doesn't play as big a role as people think. The one that plays a bigger role is non-exercise activity. And that would be like if you're tapping your finger or your foot when you're seated, when you're going on walks, when you're doing your dishes or laundry, or going and gardening in the backyard. That's non-exercise activity. And that, besides your resting metabolic rate, requires the most amount of calories on top of the resting metabolic rate. And then the last thing is called TEF, and that's the thermic effect of food. So the foods you consume, your body has to use energy to break them down and process them and then utilize the parts. And the food that is the hardest to burn or requires the most amount of energy are proteins, which is why high protein diet is key for fat loss. One of the many reasons. Also helps with muscle maintenance, muscle preservation. But I've talked a whole lot about that already, so you can look at past episodes or all my content on social media about that. And then fiber is a lot more effort for your body to process and consume, and it slows down the digestive process, so it keeps you fuller longer. And then carbs and fats. Fats are more calorie dense than carbs. Carbs take a little bit more effort to utilize. Maybe it's fats. Should have dug into that. Usually that's not the issue though, with most people. So the food that you consume, your body requires energy to break it down. Those are the 4 parts of the metabolism. So biggest contributor is BMR. And BMR is affected by how much muscle mass you have, by your hormonal profile. So another reason why strength training is key, because the more muscle mass you have, the more calories your body burns at rest. And the more calories it is for you to, do certain bouts of exercise. I think one of my coaching friends the other day, I posted a ChatGPT kind of explanation of somebody who is the same weight as you but has less muscle mass than you will burn less calories doing cardiovascular exercise. So that's something cool to make note of. Basically, muscle's awesome, and if you want to lose body fat and maintain it, you want to have a healthy metabolism, you want to have more room to enjoy dinners out with friends and indulging on occasion, muscle is the key. But anyway, that's why people say calories in, calories out. Yes, but there's all these other things that play a role in that, right? So how much are you moving throughout the day? And what affects that? Your stress affects that. That's the need, right? Your stress affects the need. Your sleep affects the need, because if you're really tired and you're not getting good quality sleep because your hormones are out of whack, you're not going to move very much throughout the day. If your hormones are out of whack too, your brain doesn't function as well. You know what else is higher? Your stress. You know what that causes? Overwhelm. You know what people who are overwhelmed do? Nothing, because they're so overwhelmed they don't even know if they have time to do anything. So anyway, right? So there's other contributing factors is the point of this episode. So while yes, calories in and calories out matter, but what are the other things that are contributing to that equation, and why are they? What can we optimize to help set us up for success better? And what are little levers we can pull that can give you more return on your investment? Because if you're eating 1,500 calories a day and you're not losing weight, probably need to increase them. Probably need to look at your hormone profile. Probably need to look at your sleep. Probably need to look at your stress. Probably need to look at the amount of muscle tissue that you have on your frame. Probably need to look at your exercise routine. Probably some tweaking we could do with your diet. So anyway, while calories in and calories out does matter for fat loss, there's other things that play a role in it. And if you want a coach that understands those things, I'd be more than happy to help. And so the next best step would be to just book a discovery call. We could chat for 15 minutes, talk about your goals, talk about what my coaching process kind of looks like, and see if you're even interested. And if you're not, that's okay. Hopefully you've learned something in this podcast. And if you have and you enjoyed it, please rate the show. Share it with a family member or friend, because that just helps me help more people and get the word out there. And yeah, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And again, if you're interested in coaching, just click that link below and we can chat. So again, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.